guys, this is an unusual day because today we're gonna upload 2 videos on YouTube in one day. And that's because the new Irelia abilities have just been dropped. But before I get into that, remember to hit the subscribe button, follow my Twitch, and I hope you guys will enjoy this video. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start off the video by reading the abilities, all of them. I just checked them out briefly. And then I'll give you guys my opinion on the abilities. So let's start by reading them. So the passive is changed completely. I think that's a good thing, but let's just talk about it. I'll read it out. Hitting enemies with spells grants Irelia stacks of Ionian fervor for a few seconds. Hitting multiple champions with an ability grants multiple stacks. And basic attacking extends the duration. Each stack adds bonus magic damage to her basic attacks. At max stacks, this bonus damage is increased against shields, and Irelia also gains attack speed. I can show it quickly. Basically, she just adds up her stacks and she does damage based on them, which is pretty cool. I think that's good. Now let's go Q. Irelia dashes to a target dealing physical damage, increased if it's a minion or monster, applying unhit effects, and healing for a small amount. If the target was marked or dies to blade search, its cooldown is refreshed. Pretty much the same as was before, just it also works if the person is targeted now. That's different from before. Irelia's W. First cast, Irelia begins charging her blades, losing the ability to move or attack, but gaining significant damage reduction for a brief period. This channel can't be interrupted. Second cast, Irelia lashes out with her blades, dealing physical damage in a line. The damage increases as Irelia charges. That's completely new, kinda nice. Flawless Duet. Irelia sends a blade to a location and can recast Flawless Duet to send a second blade to another location. The blades will then fly towards one another, dealing magic damage and stunning enemies caught in the crossfire. Flawless Duet also marks champions and large monsters for a few seconds. And then we have the ultimate. Irelia unleashes the full force of her blades in a line. If Vanguard's edge hits an enemy champion, the blades will radiate outward, dealing damage and marking enemy champions and large monsters, and forming a barrier that lasts for a few seconds. This blade wall deals magic damage and significantly slows enemy champions that pass through it. It also disarms them for a few seconds, making them unable to basic attack. So now we read all the abilities, now I'm going to give my opinions. We're going to watch all the videos quickly as well. The Q, as you can see, she dashes to a champion. If they're marked, she can keep dashing. If she kills them, she can keep dashing. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The W, she can't move, she's charging up, and she does damage afterwards. She takes a lot less damage. Pretty straightforward as well. And then the E ability, watching the video quickly. Does a blade, she can do 2 blades if she wants, and then the people between will get marked and damaged, which is kind of nice as well, I guess. And then the ultimate, as you can see, is just she throws. If it hits a champion, it's going to go outward, and if they pass through, it's going to slow them, do damage as well. Plus, it marks everyone, so she can cure all of them. So what I want to say about this Irelia is the rework is actually very interesting because this is to some extent what I feel. So if you look at Irelia, she looks super cool. Everything looks actually insanely awesome. Let's be honest, it looks fucking awesome. Whoever made this rework is a genius. It looks amazing. But my fear was that if you look at Irelia right now, what makes her difficult to play is the fact that she needs to auto attack a lot. She needs to get into a lot of difficult positions, which is obviously hard because you're in a difficult position, you're very likely to either die or you kill someone often. And then also the fact that she doesn't have a ranged ability. So in the laning phase, she's very vulnerable, and you have to be super smart about the enemy jungler due to the fact that you can't CS from a range, which is very unique. Almost every champion can do it that's viable. Or they have insane escapes. For example, a Kayle, or she can just go invisible, right? Kayle have her W and so on. Now, if you look at Irelia, she should be able to CS with her E, which is the new ability. She throws it out, she goes down, it does a bit of damage. She should be able to CS with that one, which means she's kind of safe in the lane now, which I'm not sure about how good that is for the champion because it lowers the skill level in that aspect. The W, the problem I have with the W now, this is the second problem I possibly have with this rework. Something I've talked about a lot is that every single bruiser is simply just becoming another tank, right? Kayle is the exception, she's kind of insane, but if you look at Jax, how he's played, for example, he's just a tank. He's just an auto-attacking champ, or tank. If you look at how Irelia is often played right now, she's also somewhat of a tanky build. And most of the bruisers right now just tanks to some extent. Kled is kind of tanky, all of them just goes tanky. And if you look at Irelia right now, for example, right, the W is essentially just a tank ability, right? She gets significant damage reduction and she can't move. Pretty much a tank movement ability. Her ultimate is CC. Her E, I don't think it's CC at all. Just ultimate is CC and slows them in a big circle, which is a lot of CC. And the W is the tanky stats, right? So I'm not sure what I think about those 2 abilities. Another problem I possibly have is it doesn't seem like she's very auto-attack based. That might be different because we haven't seen her actually in a game yet. We've only seen her with this, and by reading the abilities, you can't really determine if she auto-attacks a lot or if she needs to. But she seems to have a lot of abilities and be a lot of ability focused, which is a problem. If you look at the Swain rework, for example, I played Swain for the first time today, and I found out he was so easy to play, like it was insane. And that's because with the old Swain, you actually had to last hit with your auto-attacks. And Swain is super hard to last hit with because his attack damage is so low. Now on the new Swain, however, all you have to do is just click Q all the time. You can legit spam it. The mana here, it costs a bit of mana, but you have infinite mana on Swain. Like, I spammed it all day and I didn't got a mana, right? So that wasn't a problem. And I'm afraid that might be the same with Irelia to some extent, but just a lesser extent. So I hope she's still very auto-attack based. I hope that's something we'll get to see. Give me your thoughts on the video though. Give me your thoughts on Irelia. What do you think about Irelia? What do you think of the abilities? And do you actually like that I reworked her in the first place? Do you think she's better now? Do you think she's cooler now? I like the fact that she still got her booty. Look at this. Her booty is still there. What the hell is the booty? There, here. There we go. I'm sorry for that. The booty is still here. That's perfect. We like that one. Anyways, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And see you guys next time.